In John chapter 4, we read about one of Jesus' miracles. There was a nobleman whose son was sick. And when he heard that Jesus Christ was going to be in Cana of Galilee, this man who lived in Capernaum went from Capernaum to Cana, which is a 23-mile walk, all for the purpose to seek Jesus to heal his son. And his only request was, heal my son. My son is sick. And after beseeching him, after begging him, Jesus says 6 words of assurance, 6 words of promise. Go your way. Your son is healed. And the Bible tells us that the man believed the word that Jesus said, and he went his way. In other words, he went to start walking back from Cana to his hometown of Capernaum, another 23-mile walk. Now, of course, you can probably imagine the questions that would be in there. Even from the walk there, what if Jesus can't heal my son? And then from the walk back from Cana to Capernaum, what if Jesus' words didn't come true? But nevertheless, this man, he had 6 words, the only words of assurance as he was walking the 23 miles back to his hometown was, my son is alive. My son is alive. Jesus says my son is alive. And then as he comes towards his home, the Bible tells us that his servants meet him. They tell him that your son is alive. And they ask the question, when did he begin to get better? And they said around the 7th hour, which was at the same time that Jesus told this man to go, your son is alive. And so for 23 miles, he held on to the promise, those 6 words of assurance, go your way, your son is healed. He held on to that promise. And I've always thought about the question about how many promises in Scripture that they are. We know some of them. The promise of, I will be with you always. The promise of, I will strengthen you. The promise of, I will, if you ask, if you pray to me, if you ask in my name, I will hear and I will answer. If you seek me, I will find you. Nevertheless, there are so many promises in Scripture. Some say that there's over 3,000. Some say there's over 5,000. I've learned this. Forever, how many promises that there are in Scripture, there is always one at the right time, at the right day that you need. My encouragement to you of making today count is to take that promise, whether it is I am with you, whether it is I will strengthen you. Take that promise and hold on to it. Don't let go of it. Like the nobleman, take that promise and keep walking.